Here are 7 steps I wish I knew before I became a travel nurse. I've been a travel nurse for over 4 years, but my first year, I didn't know up from down. I was taking any offer I could get and making big money mistakes. I'm gonna help you master the art of being a travel nurse. And the last tip I have on here is the most creative and simple way to love travel nursing forever. If you find these steps helpful, all I ask is for you to share this with your nurse bestie. Number 1, and is a big one, watch the market before you start. This will help you have the leverage you need to negotiate your contracts. Make it part of your morning routine to check websites like Vivian.com and Wanderly US. It'll give you all the tea. It'll show you what states are having the highest paying contracts and what travel agencies are usually dropping them first. This will give you a feel of the trends. You'll know the states that always have the highest paying contracts, or you'll know if it's just a random gem. This will also help prevent you from getting lured into taking the first offer you're given. Pro tip, California is usually a gold mine with tons of opportunities and high paying contracts. You'll see that if you keep an eye on the market. So if you don't know the baseline rates of the states that you're eyeing, you might miss out on the good stuff. Just spend a few minutes each day getting the scoop and seeing the benchmark. It is a game changer. Number 2, know what your goal from travel nursing is. Let's envision the life that you want. Is it living in Hawaii short term and you want to be somewhere warm and beachy? Is it to make a boatload of money and retire in a couple of years? Is it to have more flexibility with your schedule and get all of those weddings you have to go to this year off? My goal literally changes from contract to contract. When I started, it was all location. I wanted to be on the slopes in the winter and then on the beach every other season. Now I maximize my pay to save and invest, and lifestyle comes second. Look at your options with that goal in mind and let your recruiter know your goal. This will help avoid going in a direction that you don't want. Set clear goals and give yourself a sense of direction. Number 3 is shop around. Work with at least 3 to 5 different recruitment companies and have a profile ready to go with all 5 of them. Watch my video on how I get the best travel nurse assignments to know exactly what you need for your profile. Number 4 is get on the same page as your recruiter. Your recruiter is your best frenemy. So these are some questions to ask them before you start your assignment. Number 1, what's the best way for me to contact you? Number 2, when and what hours can I contact you? Remember, your recruiter is a human too, and they can't answer at all odds of the night. Number 3, is there a nurse liaison or an emergency number if I can't get in contact with you? Number 4 is how often do you check in? Some recruiters check in weekly and text you and call you. Some don't really check in at all unless you contact them. And either way is fine. It just depends on your preference and what you're looking for in a recruiter. And number 5 is, what do you expect from me as a travel nurse? Tip number 5, get to know your coworkers. You never know if you'll end up on an assignment together down the road. Even staff nurses that turn into travelers, or when you turn into a staff nurse, if you ever do. It also makes the shifts way more enjoyable to get to know people. Also, networking. That can get you into some of the best assignments through referrals. Make a friend and you might be able to split rent. Pay less for a better house. Tip number 6, you may run into mean staff nurses and that is okay. Keep in mind, maybe they're mad you're making double or even triple what they're making and doing the exact same job. Maybe the last traveler they had didn't know what they were doing and still getting paid more than them. Maybe that unit runs through travelers and they don't feel the need to get to know you when you're probably leaving in a couple of weeks or months. Keep calm and carry on. They can't get you down. Not to be petty, but you are making more money than them. In all seriousness, I have ran into some of this type of nurse, but most of the nurses I've worked with have been super friendly and just like really appreciative that you're there to help with the patient load. Number 7, if you're nervous about meeting a whole new staff, it never hurts to bring in a box of donuts and put a little note on it that says, "Hi, I'm Kat. I'm a new nurse on the unit. Excited to work with you guys." Good icebreaker, and who can be mad at a nurse with donuts? I started one assignment around Valentine's Day and I went to Target and got those cheesy little like Valentine's things that you used to take to school and kindergarten, and it had like a lollipop and the little note, foldy note thing on it, and I just wrote, "Hi, I'm Kat. on them and gave them out, and they were a hit. Easy, and now you've gotten to know everyone. If you have any newbie travel nurse advice to share with the community, drop it below. We're all in this together. Let's help each other out. Until next time, and I'll see you in the next video where I tell you exactly how to find the best travel nurse recruiter. Bye.